Hey y'all, all right, I just want to give you a little information about how competitions works and the process from A to Z. If you're brand new to competitions, this can seem a little daunting, but with a little bit of help and guidance, you'll have it down in no time. And of course, the more you do it, the easier it gets. So competition registration starts with registering before the competition. Ideally, you actually sign up to register between 2 to 3 months before the competition even happens. But it's okay to do it 2 to 3 weeks before as well. If you do it the day of at the competition, a lot of times that's accepted, but just know that typically there are late fee prices regarding later setup, and there's a lot that goes into. So sign up as soon as you can, and you'll do that via a competition sign up link for the most part with the events, with the Kickstart Country events, and even with some smaller workshops. There are times where the sign up does happen only in person, so just be on the lookout to see when signups are available and get signed up as soon as possible. When you get to an event, it's important to first check in with the competition registration table. So if you signed up previously, the competition registration table should have your name, the competitions you signed up for. If you need to make any changes or adjustments, that would be the time and place to do it. And typically you'll also get your number. Your number you wouldn't put on right away unless it was already going to be competition time. Your number is something that you would hang on to and you would keep throughout the weekend of competitions. Now at Kickstart Country events, you're going to have the same number all throughout the competitions, whether or not it's a line dance, a partner dance, or whatever kind of competition it is. Your number will stay the same. So it's really important that you hang on to your number and put it somewhere safe, somewhere that is also easy to grab. You don't want to leave it in your hotel room somewhere when the competition's about to start. Okay, so you've got your number, you're all signed up, you're ready to go. At every event, there's going to be some sort of competition meeting. Now, no matter how many times you have competed, it's really important to attend these meetings. There's going to be pertinent information given out to the instructors about where you're going to be lining up, how you're being lined up, and a lot of times you'll even be lined up towards the end of the meeting if the competition is about to start right afterwards. Having a clear system for lining up and entering the floor is critical for the competition running on time and running smoothly. It also makes it more fun because it's not feeling so chaotic. So it's really important that you attend the competition meetings, again, even if you've been there a lot. Also, at these competition meetings, many times judges, or you'll get the judging criteria. You will learn what is being judged on, what these particular judges are looking for. You might learn who the judges are and who's judging leads, who's judging follows. That sometimes that's information that comes afterwards so that you're able to check in or just have knowledge of who they were. Other times it might be something shared in a competition meeting. All that to say, don't skip the meetings. Additionally, when you've got competition meetings or competition check-ins right before the competition begins, you're going to be meeting people who you're competing with. Now for Jack and Jill, this is critical because a Jack and Jill is a random draw. And you could be dancing with anyone in the room. So a lot of times the competition warm-up or practice or holding area will have space and time for you to practice with a partner, whether it be a Strictly partner, a Jack and Jill, or just to calm your nerves and get some practice moving around the dance floor. For line dance, a lot of times it's really helpful to go over the dance with other dancers just to help you get the nerves out and to maybe double check your walls or something like that. But of course you're showing up to a competition knowing your stuff, so you're probably not checking your walls so much. But just even being in the same space with the people you're competing with can really help ease your nerves and get you more comfortable with the competition process. Now we've got a few really important people that you're going to be dealing with behind the scenes. These are competition coordinators, floor coordinators, any sort of competition authority. It's going to be really important that you pay attention because what they're going to do is they're going to line you up in whatever numerical order is important. If it's a Strictly competition, they're going to line up partners 2 at a time. Partners will need to stay arm in arm. It's critical that the competition coordinators are able to see who's here so they're able to check you into the system because we do a lot of digital scoring. That means that number one, judging is a lot, or the results from the judging come a lot faster, but also it's really important that we have the right face, the right name to the right number, and the right partner. So staying with your partner is critical during this time. With line dance, it's also important that you're staying in whatever line that you're given so that it is easy for the judges to be able to see you. So if getting out of line or missing important instructions is going to happen if you're not staying in the place that you're supposed to be. If you need to use the restroom or you've got an emergency for a moment or you need to go and check something, it's really important that you actually talk to your floor coordinator, your competition coordinator, and let them know where you're going, because otherwise you could get scratched if they go to call your name or if they go to check your number and you're not in line. And there's nothing we can do about it. Then the competition goes to publish and you're not a part of it. So make sure you communicate if you need to leave anywhere. For Jack and Jill, you'll be lining up as a lead line and a follow line. Those lines will be different, and ultimately the way you walk out may differ depending on the competition location itself. So for example, at the Yes Dance convention, we had leads on one side of the room, follows on another side of the room, and they came in and they walked together. At other competitions, for example, the Edge Dance event, we had the leads and follows walk in together side by side. You're going to circle around the dance floor once you've lined up as for Jack and Jill, and we'll go into that in just a moment. But the point is, it's really important that you're in line by numerical order that you were lined up with by the floor coordinator, the competition coordinator, and you make sure that you are ready to go and staying in place and in a predictable location. While on the dance floor and the competitive dance floor, you'll really want to pay attention to certain expectations that will be made on the floor. For example, at the end of an entire heat, it's very possible that the judges would ask you to turn around, make sure your partner is on your right side, and make sure that your numbers are facing the judges. This gives the judges one more opportunity to see your number and make sure that they are putting in as accurate of a score as possible. This will also happen for line dance. So don't be surprised if you're asked to wait out there a couple minutes longer. Sometimes for line dance or partner dance, we'll have the competitors parade around the floor as the judges are looking at their numbers. So it might look something like this, like they're walking around with their back to the floor. But no matter what, you want to be paying attention to what you're being asked so that the competition can run smoothly through in and throughout. When it comes to the next rounds, ultimately they will look very, very similar in terms of the lineup and the callbacks and that kind of stuff. So just be paying attention to the protocol for the event that you are at. Awards will be on the schedule, and it's important to take note of when they are, because what's worse than winning first place and not being there to claim your prize? Make sure that you are in the facility, in the vicinity, the area. Pay attention to the app if the event has one, the projector screen if the event has one, or whatever instructor or MC announcements are happening. Oftentimes, if there's social dancing going on, we will have some sort of representative go and talk to the DJ of that social room and have them make an announcement to let people know that awards are coming up. But ultimately, you are responsible as the competitor for being there when your time is called. One last thing, and one of my favorite parts of competition, is making sure we get a picture of the competitors. So be prepared to take a picture. It might be a pre-competition picture, or it might be a sweaty battle wounds, we did it type picture. But either way, we love capturing the moments, and we want to make sure that you're able to capture those moments as well. So be prepared. Just know that a picture is probably a thing, and that'll also happen during awards. All right, y'all, that is the competition process for our Kickstart Country events. If you've got any questions, make sure to reach out. We look forward to seeing you on the dance floor.